So, what is going on, people? Oh man, I got some boxes today. Boxes as in plural because my mom sent a few things and I also happened to order a few things and they all arrived today. So kind of cool, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of a hassle getting everything home. But whatever, it's all worth it in the end, at least that's how I feel. So, first up though, I don't really know, so there's some shoes in here, right? These came from old mom. I'm not sure how these are, what this situation is, because I don't know. We're gonna see what shape things are looking like, but and also see what it is, because sometimes I forget. You know what I mean? It's so much time can pass between the initial order and her sending them or anything like that. It also seems to take forever to open these boxes that she sends, because she uses like this industrial strength tape for no apparent reason. I need to talk to her about that. So I don't know if this thing isn't even opening. Like what? I don't know what she's doing. Probably gonna have to learn how to speed up video just so this doesn't take forever actually in the video that I do. But that'll be what it is. Alright, so I am into the box. First up, we're going to do this one because looks like the easier one to get to. Oh yeah. So, coming out of Foot Action. I don't know if you can recognize that or read that, but if you're like me, you recognize the bag even if you can't read it. So, let's see what we got going on in here. Looks like there's some kind of paper. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is a customs form, so I'm not sure why they're in here. I don't need them. She must have meant to keep these for later. Whatever. So, first box first, here we go. Nike box, right? Standard Nike box, not an Air Max box though. Kind of wish it was in some ways because I do like getting Air Maxes, but it's not. So we're going to take it for what it is. Oh, yes sir, this. Yes, the Crimson Tint ones. Let's get those out of the way. Let's try that one more time. Now that this things aren't in. This right here, the Crimson Tint ones. There, second time around was a little bit better. These, man, these are looking pretty nice in person. They actually match fairly well with this Panic at the Disco shirt too. Just a little off. But all right, and can't get too wrapped up in the one shoe. Gotta look at them both. And so also on here, one of the perks for some of us, that's probably not focusing, but just take my word for it, these came out to $139.52, which is superb. Yeah, so backstory, right? For those of you in the know, you know that these were not the easiest shoe to come by. It varied from store to store, location to location, but online they were not the easiest to come by, and even in stores you kind of still had to do a little bit of work. There was that whole thing where they started off as raffles and then become first come first serve, and that screwed a lot of people, me personally. But it worked out still for a lot of people. It's just a matter of where you live and how much everybody else cares about the shoes. Anyway, so when the raffles fell through, and I had my 10 minutes locked in on 3 stores, so that was awful. 3 different branches, or whatever you call them. Foot Action, Foot Locker, Champs. I was locked in with my 10 minutes, thought I was all good to go, and then I wasn't, because they decided to do the first come, first serve thing. And on top of that, my mom was, they weren't where I expected them to be, so there was a smaller group of stores to even choose from just based off that. I thought they were going to be in the Virginia area. They were instead in the Charleston area. So my dad went over to the store at some point that morning, early-ish, not super early though, and managed to walk out of Foot Action with these guys right here, which is great. It really is. I mean, I'm not going to knock anything about this. I'm not going to complain. The one thing that does kind of suck just a little bit though is that you see that right there? See that US 9.5? It's a US 9.5. I'm a 9. Now in these, it's for me, for the 9s, for the 1s, if I had to not get my size, I feel like going up is probably the better option than going down. And my top 3s are a size 9.5, so it'll be what it is. But past that, now that you have some kind of idea on my the trials and tribulations I had to go through for these, which is basically, I guess, just hoping my dad could pull it off. Let's talk about them. All right, so obviously this is a standard Jordan 1, right? Nothing too special about that. Right there, get a nice little shot here all around for you guys. Anyway, so standard sole, you know, this is the normal white midsole, right? Then on the bottom, you got that pinkish color. So a lot of people call this pink, but honestly, looking at it up close, it looks a lot more like Arctic Orange, which I'll have to toss up a picture or two, because my Presto Breathe, from the Breathe pack, my Prestos and Hirachis, I got those in a lemon color and a Arctic Orange, and they look like this color. I don't have them here. I wish I did so I could pull them out and do a real comparison. Anyways, that's kind of what's going on down there to me. Past that, on the upper here, this leather, the black leather, it's fine. You know, I've heard some things where people are like, yeah, it sucks. And I've heard some people say, yeah, it's pretty great. I'm going to say that it's alright. You know, it's somewhere in the middle, nothing spectacular. Though it is really soft, at least on this particular one, on the right shoe, around like the middle area. So that's kind of nice. The toe box around here, nothing fancy. And even the leather on the upper part, where it's colored in with the Arctic Orange, that's what I'm going to call it. Still, nothing great. They also look a little wrinkly on the upper area here. Like you can kind of see right around there. A little bit in there, a little bit over here, and kind of over there. Yeah, just a little wrinkly for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. I don't have a whole lot of ones to compare to. I only have one pair here, and they've been worn quite a bit. Still look pretty new, but not new enough to compare to a new shoe. Past that, you know, up here is the standard, you know, mesh style tongue. Nothing fancy about that. Then the Nike Air thrown across the top in that same pinkish Arctic orangish color. One thing that I do like a whole lot about these though, and I didn't really notice it until now because I didn't look at any reviews before this. Well, okay, I did look at reviews, but when a shoe like this comes out, same with like those Bred 4s, right? Like, you see so many of them, and me being me, I watch all the reviews that the people that I follow put up. So yes, that means I probably saw like 1,600 of the reviews of this shoe. So after a while, you kind of just block out most of it, and you just kind of listen for the individual person's thoughts. Anyways, so looking in there, you can kind of see, you can kind of not. There we go. Open that up. That hot pink inside there, that's pretty nice. I do like that a fair amount. So, I mean, it's on the inside though, so it doesn't really do anything for me, other than just the comfort of knowing it's there, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, that's the upper part. Then on the back side, this leather here across the upper section is pretty good. Lower section, nothing spectacular, but again, nobody was singing the praises. Well, these weren't universally held like at high acclaim for their quality, right? So I expected them to be somewhere in the middle, not too bad, not too great. Oh man, okay. For a second there, I caught a glimpse of the swoosh there, and like that line, that stitching that goes over the swoosh. Just noticed that. Don't like that, but it'll be what it is. I'm not gonna pull out the top 3s to compare to, but I feel like they don't have that, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Maybe that's a standard thing. I don't know. I don't really care a whole lot. It'll be what it is. But yeah, so that's these, right? And now normally this is where I would do the on foot portion, but I'm not going to, because there have been 1,000,001 on feet videos of these. You can find any one of them. You've probably seen all of them, all the ones you care to see anyway. But just to see for myself, I kind of want, I'm not even going to bother putting this thing on. The other thing about that is like, I'm also still considering trying to get a 9, right? So I don't want to, also for that reason, I don't want to really wear these either. But I just wanted to at least get them out, look at them, do the little review thing, and now bam, review done, mission accomplished. Overall, super into these. These are really nice. I don't like that line across the swoosh. Again, that line across the swoosh there, not feeling it. But other than that, these are nice. Yeah, I don't know why. I know there were some people that weren't really feeling them, but I am. And it was still also just weird how they sat in some places, but it was like, you'd be like, you know, a random foot action in one city would like have a bunch of them that like didn't get sold, but I couldn't find them readily available online, which sucks, because then I could have just, for one, I could have got well, no, the discount was still there, but I could have gotten likely my size, or if they had just stuck with that raffle thing. But whatever, life goes on. So that's it for these. Very nice, and I will probably not talk any more about them because there's nothing more to say since I'm not doing the sizing and the on foot thing. But from previous experience, a size 9 is pretty good for me. That's what I got in my royal blue on the royals and the shadows. No problem, no problem. So go true to size. That's my suggestion. All right, so that's it for me. I got the next box to pull open. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night if you're done. But if you're not done and you're gonna watch the next video that I do, because these are all going up at the same time, I'll see you in a minute. All right, cool. See ya.